This week's movies: The Club, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and Hail Caesar.
That we're creating something of artistic value, or there's some sort of spiritual dimension to the picture business, but what it really is this fat cat, Nick Skank, out in New York.
Ethan and Joel Coen's new film, Hail Caesar, tells the story of a Hollywood fixer trying to keep his studio's movies on track in the 1950s. In her review, Manohla Dargis writes, Hail Caesar is one of those diversions that the Coen brothers turn out in between masterworks and duds.
And action.
It's a typically sly, off-center comedy set against the machinery of the motion picture business. At times, the movie brings to mind one of those old, plot-free film reviews that featured a grab bag of studio talent performing in strung-together musical, comic, and dramatic scenes.
We are heading out to sea.
But the performers here prove supremely good at their jobs, at being stars. This feels almost sentimental for the Coens, but it is also an acknowledgement of the old film factory's brilliance.
Wondering what's going on?
Carrion flies. They are in the possession of but one truly enviable talent: the ability to detect dead flesh.
Pride and Prejudice and Zombies is an adaptation of the 2009 novel by Seth Graham Smith, which fuses Jane Austen's work with the undead. In her review, Manohla Dargis writes, it's no surprise that fighting zombies does nothing to improve on the original Pride and Prejudice. In Ms. Austen's novel, the protagonists are already combatants of a kind whose primary weapons are their witty, wounding, deeply meaningful words. In the movie, they're so busy fighting zombies that their actions invariably drown out everything else. Each moment spent on this movie is another spent away from Ms. Austen's novel.
And Jesus cried out,
Todavía piensa en hombre. Qué espantosamente miserable.
Pablo Larraín's film, The Club, goes inside the home of 4 priests removed from ministry for a range of sins. In his review, A.O. Scott writes, The Club looks at the Catholic Church from the inside out, bringing the viewer into an uncomfortable state of intimacy with the perpetrators of hideous crimes. It is hard not to feel pity and disgust when they believe themselves innocent or good. The film uses a deliberately ugly, gray-washed palette, blurring the edges of the figures on screen and making the world look as though seen through a layer of grime. There is power in this vision, but it can also feel forced. You are left queasy and sad, but not much more.